Hi, it's Sandy Parker and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Today we're going to make another planner. I hope you'll stay tuned. Well, we're not really making a planner today. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this planner from the Dollar Tree, and they still have them at my Dollar Tree. I just checked yesterday and they still have them, and the size of them when they are closed, they're about 5 inches by about, about 7, and I'm having trouble because I'm not wearing my glasses. It looks like 1, 2, 3/8. So they're not, it's not huge, but it's a nice size. And my girlfriend loves The Wizard of Oz, and I didn't see this paper until after I had made her the Dollar Tree covered planner calendar earlier. If you didn't see that, it was in December. I can link that one. And I decided that I would buy this whole set of retired Graphic 45 paper. It's not just paper, it's a collector's edition, so you get a bunch of embellishments to go on your projects. I'll just pull everything out so you can get a little gander. The first thing you get, and I don't like these because they always come apart on me, as they're doing right now. Hold on, I'll get it out. And it's these tags, I guess you call them, but they always come apart on me and it makes me absolutely crazy. And then 3 of them already came out. And then I think these are stickers. 2 sheets of stickers, and these I think I will include in her planner in case she wants to do something with those. And then the papers. They are traditional Graphic 45 paper colors, and they're like the jewel tones. And in this one you have 2 of each sheet. So we have 2 of the Wicked Witch and the Flying Monkeys. We have 2 of the Tin Man. I think that one's so adorable. And then on this side, there are her stockings, and on this side are 4 6x6 cutouts that are adorable. Then on this one, you have the mirror, and then kind of a newspaper print. Then a green one, and No Place Like Home for Emerald City. Another green with little, like, stamped images, I guess you'd say. Yeah, they look like stamps. Then 2 of, I don't know, Oompa Loompas? I don't know. I haven't seen The Wizard of Oz since I was a little kid. Then 2 bubbles, it looks like, with Poppy Field. 2 ghosts with a bunch of Wizard of Oz cutouts. I haven't found one yet that's screaming my name for this project. 2 that say Oz on the back, and on the front has the Scarecrow. And then 2 with everybody. I'm looking for one that really makes me crazy happy. And then 2 with on the back spiderwebs, and on the front the Magic of Oz. And this set is called the Magic of Oz. It's not called the Wizard of Oz. I think I'm going to go with the yellow one because it has all the characters in it. And then the back has just got a nice green plaid. It's like almost like a turquoise plaid. So that's what we're going to be using. And I'm going to take everything else and put it aside because we're going to be making more projects with these. And I hope that if you like The Wizard of Oz, maybe you'll play along with me and find this paper too. This paper is easy to find. I found mine on eBay, and I have to be honest with you, I thought the price was really reasonable. No, I might have found it on Amazon. I apologize. I think I bought it on Amazon, and the price was like $21 for the kit. And if you've ever bought just the 12 by 12 papers, usually they're about $20, and then each of these usually cost between $3 to $6. So the fact that you're going to get some of these and the stickers and the embellishments, it's a good deal, I think. Maybe it wasn't a good deal, but when I was looking at it, I didn't think it was bad. So let's first do what I like to do first with any kind of 12 by 12 paper, and that is I like to get rid of that little strip at the top when I'm making a double-sided project. And Graphic 45 usually just has a white strip. They don't usually add a pattern in there. Maybe I made that up, but I swear that's the truth. So we're just going to get rid of that. And then that's all we're going to be using our trimmer for. I think I'm going to cut maybe an inch. I think we're going to cut off that much. Yeah, that ought to do it. And then this way it's fine. I'm going to take this out. And you're probably thinking I should leave that in because it will make it stronger. But my plan is to take the book out of this and laminate the whole project. I don't need this anymore. I'm going to put that in my recycling because my recycling does all plastics, which is lovely. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to fold this over, and I'm going to fold mine so that I have, you know what, I'm going to score it because I think it'll be easier that way. Their paper is really thick, nice. Well, it's not super thick, but the quality of it is such that you can fold this and not usually have it crack. So I'm going to take this out, and we're just going to put our book in here, making sure everything is kind of lined up. Now, I like to leave a little bit of space on my sides. So the way I do it is, in case you've never seen me do this, I'm going to score this. I'm trying to even it out on both sides. I'm going to score it, leaving maybe 1/4 of an inch. Maybe I need to leave a little bit more because it doesn't matter at this stage because we're going to have, that ought to be better. I'm scoring this at, that's 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to do 2 scores on that. And then I'm going to turn it around because I think it'll be easier for me in the long run if I do that. And let's see where my other score is. I'm going to move it up closer to that score. You know, I think 3/4 of an inch on both sides is good. So we're going to do that. We're going to score that. We're going to do a double score. I think I'm good for my top and bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little mark. A little bit above and a little bit below. So I hope we can see this when I do it. Okay, so where I want to score this is, it looks like 1.5 inches. And I'm going to score it twice. And then on the other side, hopefully I'm close to 1.5 inches. Pretty close. Close enough that I could score it. Okay, so for right now, I'm going to take my scoreboard and put it away. So what I want to do is I'm going to fold this. I'm going to do just a kind of a gentle fold at first because I don't want it to crack. And I got a new bone folder. I think I told you guys this. I think I got it on Amazon. I wanted one of those Teflon ones that was the one. I have one, but mine is a weird shape, and I always see people using this, and I think, you know what, this edge, I could do that. And then I get it, and then I think to myself, why did I get this? I can't do this. These are the things, you know what I'm saying? These are the things that happen with me. So then we're going to, this thing is slippery, I'll tell you that much. I can't hold on to it to save my life. Maybe to save my life I could. Then we want to fold in our sides. Now these are going to be a little bit tricky because they are so small for us to be able to put into our book. Put our book into this. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. Maybe you don't know what I'm saying. We have to be able to slide our book into these. I'm trying to get this score to lay down a little bit better. What I want to do now is I'm going to get my laminator and I'm going to laminate this exactly like this. I'm going to make sure that all of my folds are flat, or as flat as I can get them, because the goal here is to be able to laminate this and keep all of these pieces exactly the way they are right now. Will I be able to do that? I don't know. I don't know. I've put my folded paper into a laminating folder, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting it into the machine, and I'm going to show you another thing that I have going. I'm going to call it thing for now. I have another paper pad that I wanted to run through the laminator, and hopefully I need to get this lined up straight and pinch down the piece that I need to go through. Oh, I'm not really good at stuff like this, that's for sure. Okay. So, hopefully, I can get it going. Okay, I'm going to run it through. What I was trying to do is I made this little notepad that's going to go inside our laminated piece, but I was thinking I have small pouches. Maybe I'll just run this through my smaller pouch. I've never tried this before, but I think it will work. I don't need all of the folder. I'm trying to explain this in a way that makes sense. I don't need the back to go through. And the reason I don't need the back to go through is if you try to attach laminated surfaces to themselves, you really get stuck with not having anything adhere. So by that I mean if I was to laminate the back of this, the back wouldn't be able to adhere to the folder we just made. Hopefully that made sense. This should warm up really fast. It did. Okay, I'm going to run that through while I'm trimming out our other piece. I've trimmed this one down. I'll trim this one out a little bit later. We don't need it right now. So we've got our book laminated, but what we need to do now is we need to cut out the edges, the side pockets here, because we need to be able to cut those. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to make one little, I'm going to do it over here. We need to make a little slit. If you saw me do this the other day, I'm not that great at it, but the goal here is that we're going to cut between these two pieces of paper, and hopefully, oh, now I'm out again, and hopefully be able to lift them up and pull them out, because we need to be able to put our booklet inside here. It's best if you can get it right up to the paper. I'm not that great at it, so I'm gonna do the best I can. Hopefully you see what I'm doing in a way that makes sense. Okay, so those are good. Now let me do this side. What we want to be able to do is lift this up and be able to put our booklet in there. So what I'm going to do is, oh, I forgot to fold my scores. Jeez, did I forget to score this? Oh, for gosh sakes. I forgot to score this, which is not a good thing. I thought I scored it, but I didn't, in the center. You kind of need to do that, so I'm going to bend it. That one is in. Go to the front cover. Okay. I'm going to take my book out, and now that I know where my scores are, or folds are, I'm going to score the inside of it, or hope I can. Hope that I do. It just doesn't want to stay closed, and I know I have enough room in here. Anyway, that's where we stand at this point. Here is the pad. I cut the edges off, so there's only like an 1/8 of an inch border around this. And then, I don't know if you can see the little dots of wet glue. I have tear tape there, but as I said, laminating and glue don't seem to play well together. I need to make sure that my paper pad, you want to check it to see which side is the top, and this is the top, this is the bottom. I've got tear tape and wet glue all over the back, and what I want to do is I'm going to set it right onto that glue and make sure that it's even on both sides, or as even as I can get it, and then I'm going to lay it down and hope it's straight. If it's not, well, that's the problem sometimes we have. Okay, so my top is right. It's just a matter of getting it to glue down. I don't know if you can see this. It's right between an 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch. So it made it almost impossible to score it so that it would attach to the top of the pad. And you want it to do that if you can get it to, so that when you open this up, it's, you know, the top is there. So that didn't work. So what I'm going to do, and I think this will just come right off, and it does. I'm just going to take that tear tape back off. Since it doesn't adhere to the top of the pad, why leave it there? You know what I'm saying? We'll just rip it off like that. And we'll just leave it so that the only thing that's glued is the back. And as you remember, I don't know if you remember or not, when I did this part, well, you can see it on the back. It's only laminated to right there. So this part of the pad will definitely stay adhered to the back. So it's in good shape there. And the front of it, I think, is cute and will work well. Then our book, I've tried everything to get it to stay in place. I think the problem lies with the fact that there's just not a real there's not a real edge. Even though this is a really nice folded edge, there's not an edge in the book. Does that make sense? And so I can't seem to get it so that the book, even though I have a ton of room here, I don't know if you can see that, but the book doesn't start till right there in my fold, so I'm not sure. I think it just has to do with the fact that it's a laminated piece. So what I should have done, is created some kind of closure on it. Before I do anything else, I think what I'm going to do is set a dictionary on it for a couple days. I put my books underneath the encyclopedia for a few days, and it's pretty well closed, but it's not as closed as I want it to be, or it doesn't seem to want to play the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix that. And it involves ribbon. And I got this at Walmart. There were a bunch of different colors on the same spool. And this is the one I'm going to go with. It's kind of a off-white color. And I cut a piece that's, I'll show you how long, because this makes a big difference. You want to wrap it around your book. And then you're going to need, from the Dollar Tree, I don't know if they're cheaper anywhere else, but you want these hair bands. And the way you're going to use it is you're going to put it under one of your loops. You want this metal piece to be hidden, So you're going to make a loop like this. I want to make sure I've done this tight enough. You're going to make a loop, and then what I do, because I don't want to burn myself, and you know I will, is I like to put enough glue like right in there. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to glue this ribbon to it, to itself, like that. And then I like to put another dollop of glue inside this loop and then glue it down to that metal piece so that the metal piece doesn't end up coming out of there, because I don't like the looks of that, in case you wondered. I don't know if I even got some glue to come out. I'm going to put on both sides. So I'm going to put it in there, and if you need to move it a little bit, now's the time to move it. Then you're going to pull your ribbon around the other side of your book, and you want this to be stretched a little bit, this part of your ribbon. And you're going to wrap it around, and you're going to pull it so it's tight. And sometimes you'll just need to cut off a little bit. I think I'm going to cut off about that much because I want to have less ribbon wrapped around my hair tie. Then I'm going to take it out. I know about where I want it. I want it to be about there on my ribbon. So what I'm going to do, turn it upside down. You're going to pick up that piece of ribbon, and then we're going to put it down. And again, you want to push into it so that it absorbs into the fibers. And hopefully I made it long enough. And right now it's not super tight, but remember this is a book that can grow. And if it's going to grow, you want to make sure that this can grow with it. And besides, we have to put another little notepad in there. The other things I want to do, I want to put some decorations on it. So what I did was I took this, I finally found the name of it. It's called crochet thread, not embroidery thread. I don't know, I make up these names. Anyway, I cut off a length of it, more than I need, and I'm going to use these buttons to go on my front. I think they will look nice. And you need to have a nice edge because you're going to thread it through this button. So I'm just going to thread it through one of the little holes, and then we're going to put thread through another one of the holes. Okay, then you got one going through, then you're going to go across to the other side. I'm going to tie a double knot, and when you tie your double knot, you want to make sure that it's really as tight as you can make it. You want to cut it off, not right up to the knot, because if you do that, this can come off. The knot will sometimes untie itself. So I leave about that much. I don't know what that is, maybe 1/8 of an inch. Then we're going to, I have these little buttons that I thought were fun, and the red ones, and I went with the red for her ruby slippers. I'm going to put this red button right there. I probably should have glued them so that the threads are going the same way, but since I didn't, I'm not going to worry about it now. Oops. My little button. I'm going to push that in so that it really is stuck into that glue. And the other thing that works with that is when you do it, you are making sure that the little threads on the back are sticking into the glue, and then they won't have a tendency to come untied. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now, but now I'm going to put my other pad inside. If you have a laminating pouch on cardstock, you can't really glue it to anything. The lamination will make it so that it doesn't want to glue down. And so we're going to make this only have its glue in this part of it, if you know what I'm saying. And then I'm going to put this right there, and then we'll take the backing off and we'll put it in place. Now I'm not going to put a thick thing of glue, because if you do thick glue on something like this, then it's not going to look right. It's going to be bumpy. And then if you're trying to write on it with that in place, it's not going to be cool. Okay, so now it's a little bit thicker. You can glue metal things, like little Tim Holtz metal pieces that you get from his ephemera line, if you like that kind of thing. There is my new planner. It's got a good closure on it, so it won't come open at a moment's notice. Well, it might, but I don't think it will. And then we've got the little notepad inside, and we've got the planner the way we want it. I hope you enjoyed this, that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and please tell your friends about me on social media, because you know I love that. And thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.